Hello friends, today we are in the class for Master in Business Administration. The subject is marketing management and the topic that we are going to do today is promotion mix. So let's get started. Now, promotion is something that deals with informing and persuading the customer about the products and services of a firm. As we have already discussed promotion in detail, so promotion is actually a communication in between the marketer and the consumer. Now, promotion involves blending of advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, public relations, and direct marketing. These all are different promotional tools, and promotional mix is having a blend of all these promotion tools, including advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, public relations, and direct marketing to communicate message to the present and prospective customers so that the marketer may be able to have a desired impact on the customer as it wants to have. Now, these promotional tools are also known as elements of promotion mix. They are also known as promotional tools, and they can also be referred to as elements of promotion mix. Now, we will be discussing all these elements in our brief in the coming slides. Now, let's discuss the first tool, that is advertising. Now, what is advertising? Advertising is the most important form of promotion tools. It is a non-personal form of paid communication. It transmits standard message to large number of intended receiver. Advertisement is focused on a target group of audience, and it is being made in accordance to that particular audience to which it is targeted. Now, advertising is any paid, as I said, or advertisement is any paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods, and services of an identified sponsor to the consumer. Now, the message which is given or which is delivered through this communication is known as advertisement. So the message that the marketer is trying to communicate with the help of this communication is known as advertisement. Now, advertisement is a paid form of communication, and it is through an identified sponsor. The sponsor of this ad is identified. You can easily understand which is the company or which is that particular brand to which which is that product, or I should be saying it like this, that to which company the particular product or brands belongs to. Now, moving further, next we have sales promotion. Now, sales promotion is another promotional tools which includes all those activities that stimulates consumer purchase and dealer effectiveness. Now, what do we have in sales promotion? Examples of sales promotion includes free samples distribution, coupons, premium on sales, trade stamps, displays, shows, exhibitions, contest, increasing public relations, etc. These all are different forms of sales promotion that we see in our day-to-day life. These are the different sales promotion tools with the help of which a company can go for promoting the sales of its product. Now, sales promotion techniques are designed with a great care so that they may be able to supplement and coordinate personal selling and advertising efforts of that marketer. Now, coming down to the next tool, this tool is personal selling. Personal selling is of great importance for promotion. It is an important promotional tool which is used by marketers of particular products. It is a process of assisting the buyers in a face-to-face situation. it, with the help of personal selling, we will be able to make buyers understand in depth about the features, advantages, and benefits of the product. Now, in personal selling, there is a direct personal contact between the seller or the representative of the seller with the buyer. So this one-to-one contact in between the seller and the buyer will definitely be having an important impact on the sale of the product or service. Now, personal selling is the major promotional tools which increase profitable sales by offering want satisfying products to the people, because you have an opportunity to directly correlate your product with the needs and wants of your consumers, and you can make the consumer understand very well how to use that product in order to get the best advantage out of that product, so that it may be able to satisfy your wants and needs to the fullest. Now, next is your public relations and publicity. Public relation includes non-sales communication that business firms have with their audiences. This kind of communication is non-paid communication. You are not paying any amount of money, or you are not spending any amount of money, particularly as far as public relations are concerned. It consists of communication with the general public and press releases. Now, the main objective of public relation is building the image of the organization. Organization can build its image very well using public relation as a tool of image building. Publicity is the foundation of good public relation. Publicity provides a foundation, the basic foundation for good public relations. Publicity is very much necessary for public relations. Now, publicity is any non-paid form of an organization and its product in the news media. News media is providing coverage to you as a brand or your products without charging any money from your side. This is what we called as publicity. Now, publicity is non-personal stimulation of demand for a product by planned and commercially significant news about the public media and obtaining a favorable presentation upon radio, television, or stage, which is non-paid by the sponsor. You are not paying any money, and this publicity may be in the print media and also in the electronic media. This kind of publicity is very necessary in order to build the brand image of an organization. Now, further, next is your direct marketing. Direct marketing is another important promotion tool which involves direct connection with the target customers and prospective customers to obtain immediate response and to cultivate lasting customer relationships. Direct marketing is another most important tool of reaching to the consumers directly by the seller. Direct marketing takes place with the help of direct mails, telephones, mobile phones, emails, internets, direct responses, televisions, etc. So you might have seen various direct marketing programs like naptol.com and homeshopping.com. There are many programs which are coming up on television which are doing direct marketing to the consumer through televisions. Now, moving on to the next topic, promotional planning. Promotional planning is another most important thing that we need to understand, because in order to have promotion, we need to plan for the promotion. And now, what is promotion planning? We have to understand. मैं क्लास में हूँ, क्लास के बाद बात कर रहा हूँ. Yes. So promotion planning, we should understand. Let's understand promotion planning. Now, promotion planning involves integrating the promotional tools with the overall marketing mix strategies of the firm. in promotion planning, we have to integrate different promotion tools to the promotion policy of the organization. As we have seen, there are different promotion tools which are available. Now, how to use those tools in an integrative manner so that we may be able to gain we may be able to achieve our predetermined objectives. That is what we have to do in the promotion planning. Therefore, it is necessary for our company to prepare an offer of or promotion mix of product, services, place and price, and utilize mix of sales, promotion, advertising, personal selling, public relations, direct marketing to reach the distribution channels and the target audience of that company. Companies are continuously searching for substitute of one promotional tools with another, because the tool becomes less effective after a certain period of time. So company always want to use a particular promotion tool which is effective and which should be having desired effect on the consumers. Hello? Yes. Now, example, Phoenix shoes. You might have seen Phoenix shoes on sale for a pretty longer period of time. Now, this is something which is, most of the time you go to the Phoenix store, and many of the time you might have noticed that Phoenix shoes are always on sale. So this is something which is very, apparent, particularly with Phoenix, because I have seen, this is my personal experience also, that many of the time I have noticed Phoenix shoes on sales. Now, Raymond's, for example, has started with factory outlets in order to sell its seconds, that is seconds, those products of Raymond's which are having a minor defect. They are even selling those particular products. Now, all this has improved the company's image, because even those people who do not afford, who cannot afford to purchase Raymond on its original cost, can purchase the seconds. So it definitely that stock which have been accumulated in form of second, you will be easily able to dilute that stock into cash by selling the seconds product to the consumers. Now, here the issue becomes more complex when one promotion tools is necessary to promote another promotional tools. When you have to use one promotional tools in order to promote another promotional tools, this issue becomes very complex, because for this purpose you need to have a proper strategy. For example, here Philips has issued an advertisement particularly as a promotional tools to inform the public about the exchange offer for its product. You come up with an old product and get certain price off on the new product, and you can take the new product home. Now, there are no predetermined promotional mix which is available for a firm. Every time you have to analyze the situation and you have to determine the promotion mix for a firm from time to time. Now, different firms have to define its own promotional mix depending upon the situation, in order to determine what promotion tools you will be using in order to promote your product in the market. Now, the most important features of promotional tools is their cross substitutability. Now, all the promotional tools represent alternative ways to influence the buyers by the communication of the organization. This substitutability calls for treating various promotional tools in a joint decision framework, as we have already seen. Now, promotional strategies should be determined by the product and marketing strategy and overall marketing strategy, because all these strategies are linked from each other and they are working in a coordinated manner. They are not working independently, but they need to work in a coordinated manner, and they are having a combined effect. Now, different combinations, types, and degrees of personal selling, advertising, and other forms of promotional tools are brought together in promotional mix in order to develop the promotional strategies. Now, for each and every component of promotion mix, management has to set objectives, determine the policies, and formulate the strategies so that those policies may be implemented and desired goals may be achieved. Now, factors influencing the promotion mix. There are certain factors that need to be understood well that have a deeper impact on the promotion mix. And now, what are these factors? Let's understand them. In order to design a proper promotion mix, we need to have a promotion strategy. And only when we will be having a sound promotion strategy, then only we will be able to determine our sound promotion mix. There are different factors which influence promotion mix. Now, what are these factors? We will be studying them one by one, and these factors are known as product market factors. Now, these factors can be summarized into the following points, or following are the factors. First is nature of the product. Promotion mix depends upon the nature of the product to a great extent. Consumer goods like grocery items, drugs, etc. requires less amount of advertising, right? Because consumers are purchasing them on a regular basis. So you need not to have a lot of advertising for these kind of consumer goods. Then industrial goods like machineries, tools, etc. they requires personal selling, advertisement, publicity, displayed at industrial fairs, etc. Otherwise, you won't be able to sell your industrial product. And so these products are highly technical in nature. That is the reason personal selling is of great importance as far as industrial products are concerned. Next is convenience goods. Convenience goods require salesperson to sell the convenience goods. You need to have salesperson in order to sell the convenience good, and convenience good, as we have already studied when we were studying the product, what are convenience goods. So I'll not be going into detail for that. Now, specialty goods like refrigerators requires good amount of personal selling in order to deal properly with the dealers and the retailers, because these are certain goods, specialty goods, that need to be properly demonstrated to the customers and the consumers so that they may be able to correlate their needs and wants very well with those products. Now, complex and technical products like computers requires personal selling in order to make the consumer understand about the nitty and gritties of these products. Now, simple and non-technical products requires advertisement more. They need not to have personal selling. Now, when a producer brand is not differentiated from that of a competitor, like sugar, the producer has to depend upon personal selling. Now, when a producer brand is not differentiated from competitor brand like sugar, I said as an example, here producer has to depend upon personal selling, because his product is not differentiated from other products, and personal selling can play an important role in this kind of situation also. Now, if the product brands are differentiated, example like Ponds and Lakme, etc., the producers have to depend upon advertising. Now, if your product is not differentiated from the competitor's product, in such a situation, personal selling can play an important role. If your product is differentiated from another products like Ponds is differentiated from Lakme, then in such a case, you need to have effective advertising in order to enhance the sale of your product, right? So it depends upon the it depends upon n number of factors that which tool you will, which promotion tools you will be using. So it is the nature of the product. Now moving on to the next point, the second point is nature of market. Now nature of market and customers determine to a great extent the promotional mix of a firm. Now nature of market is an important factor that determines the promotion mix of a firm. Now for example, if the customers are concentrated at a particular locality, personal selling is likely to be more effective there, because the customers are there at a particular place, and personal, with the help of personal selling, we will be able to reach a lot many customers at the same point of time, and we will be able to enhance the sale of our product. But if customers are scattered widely in different parts of the country or area, advertising, publicity, sales promotion, and personal selling are all necessary to push up the product among those customers, because they are scattered in a wide geographical area. So personal selling alone cannot be that effective as it would have been in the earlier case. Now advertisement and publicity are also important to attract status conscious people, because it is through advertisement and publicity you will be able to communicate the level of your product to the consumer. Now coming down to the next point, third, stage of product in the life cycle. The stage in which product is in its life cycle is an important determinant of its promotion mix. Product in different stage of its life cycle needs different kind of promotional tools, different kind of promotional mixes in order to enhance its sale. Now during the introduction stage, the customers are to be informed about the availability of the product and educate them about its benefits and uses. So in the introduction stage, awareness and information about the product, creating awareness and information about the product, highlighting the features, advantages, and benefits of the product plays the most important role in making the product to gain significant importance in order to gain significant importance in its sale. Now let's go back to the earlier slide. Right. Now, introduction stage, we have seen that we need to create information and awareness about the product among the consumers in relation to the features, advantages, and benefits of the product. That is the reason most of the firm uses all kind of promotional activities and tools in order to launch their product successfully in the market, and they spent a very high amount of money, particularly as far as promotion of that particular product is concerned. When the product is launched in the market, advertisement and publicity are of more important in order to maintain the sales level of the product, and in order to make the organization or product to gain a particular amount of market share and a particular position in the minds of the consumer. Now here you have to meet competition. Here you have to fight with the competition also, because the competitors' product are available in the market as a substitute of your product, as a substitute for your product, and ultimately your product have to compete with those products. But during the last stage, particularly when its sales are declining and it is at the decline stage, you have to make the drastic cuts on promotion particularly. Now why? Because sales are declining, and you may, if you spend lot of money on promotion, then too sales will not be having that effect as in particularly in ratio of the amount of money you are spending on the promotion. So ultimately you have to cut down the promotion budget for your product in the declining stage. Definitely you will be promoting the product, but not that aggressively that you were doing in the introduction and growth stage of the product. Now, fourth is your availability of funds. Now, allocation of funds by the top management for the promotional activities is very important, and it should be there uh, it should be there, it should be considered by the marketing manager whenever you are determining the promotion mix of a firm, because ultimately it is the promotion budget that determines the promotion mix, and if you are not having budget, your promotion mix will be directly affected by it. So ultimately promotion budget is having a lot of impact on your on your promotion mix. Now, a firm with a huge promotion budget can spend a lot on promotion activities, but a firm which is having a limited promotion budget cannot spend a lot of money on the promotion. It cannot go beyond its budget. It has to be there. It has to be in limits of the budget which is provided to that firm in order to be spent on the promotional activities. Now, but if a firm is having financial constraint, so they have to determine their promotional activities accordingly. Now, personal selling is cheaper and more effective in short run as compared to advertising. Advertisement in reputed magazines and journals are very costly, but can attract status conscious people towards you. Now, it again depends upon the availability of funds you are having at your disposal. If you are having that amount of money that you can spend on advertising a product in magazine, journals and other medias, then you can go for it. Otherwise, you should be going for personal selling, which is comparatively very cheaper as compared to advertisement. But obviously, yes, the results will be quite different. Personal selling will be having a different result, and advertising will be having different results particularly. Now, the next point is fifth, distribution strategies. Now, companies are having market penetration depending upon the personal selling and advertising. Now, companies which are having market penetration directly depends upon the personal selling and advertising. It plays a supporting role. Particularly, if a product passes through a longer channel of distribution, the marketer will have to give more importance to the advertising and less importance to the personal selling. Now, coming down to the next point, it is pricing strategy. Now, pricing strategy influences the promotion mix in two ways. What are these two ways? Let us understand. First, in terms of price of the competitor's brand, and next is your in terms of the margin allows to the middleman. Now, first, as we have seen, in terms of the price of the competitors brand. Now, if competitors brand is priced less than our product, then definitely yes, there will be certain customers which will be preferring competitors product over our product. But if we are providing margin allowed, we will be providing a good margin to the middleman, then definitely yes, the middleman who is selling our product will be pushing our product to the consumer more as compared to the competitors product. Like we have seen, particularly when I have given this example and of Oppo and Vivo, wherever you go on the mobile shops, those stores which are selling the mobile phones, most of them are having the hoardings of Oppo and Vivo. It is because of the fact that Oppo and Vivo is providing those retailers with the large with the greater amount of dealer margin in the price of the mobile phone. Now, if the brand is priced higher than the competitor's price, personal selling is adopted in order to make your brand gain more public acceptance, gain more consumer acceptance over the competitor's product. But if the brand is priced lower than the competitor's price, then little promotion is needed in order to make the consumer to adopt your product. Now, if the middlemen are allowed with higher profit margins, the middlemen are motivated to stock and push your brands, and with very little advertisement, we will be able to sell our product in great quantity because the middlemen will be pushing our product to the consumers. Now, if profit margins of the middlemen are lower, heavy advertisement will be required in that case, because we are providing middlemen with a lower amount of margin as far as the profit of the middleman is concerned. So the middleman will not be pushing our product to the consumer, and middleman will be pushing only that product to the consumer, which is giving them greater amount of margin in its which will be giving them greater amount of margin of profit. So in such a case, we need to promote our product with heavy advertisement. Now coming down to the last point, it is effectiveness of promotional tools. Now different promotional tools are having different amount of effectiveness in depending upon the buyer's readiness in at different stages. At the awareness stage, advertising and publicity are more effective as compared to any other promotional tools. At the comprehension stage, advertising and personal selling will be of more importance and play a greater role as compared to other promotional tools. But during the conviction stage, personal selling is very effective. Now, personal selling and sales promotion are highly effective for personal selling and sales promotion are highly effective in closing the sales stage. Now, therefore, advertising and publicity are more effective during the early stage of the customer buying decision process. Now, personal selling and sales promotion are more effective during the later stages of the customer buying decision process. Now, this is all about promotion mix, and we will be meeting in the next lecture. Till then, thank you very much.